Hello everyone, friends, foes. So I've had WWE 2K23 since Monday night. Having pre-ordered it, got it earlier in the week. Spent a lot of time creating, spent a lot of time putting together teams, factions and whatnot. I'm just going through a scroll of them now. A lot of them I've just left there. Other ones I've reignited, like DIY, High Voltage, that's Camila Cabello and Roxanne Perez, Honorary Habs. So yeah, there's certain ones that I haven't touched and I've just left, like this. I could just delete that, to be honest. That is the New World Order. NWO is a faction that I've always loved and enjoyed, and I still find, no matter what wrestling show that I watch, I still find NWO fans in the crowd, fans with t-shirts on, with NWO t-shirts on. And so with this, given Mercedes Moné's current life in Japan and the way that she's going about things, I figured that she'd have a word with Kota Ibushi while she's there, and the guy that you see at the back there, Eaton Case, that's me. And Scott Steiner was also once upon a time in NWO, and I figured, okay, give that kind of theme to Bron Breakker, Bron Steiner if you like. Make it so Randy Orton is the leader, in some sort of ironic way, in the sense of the fact that, he used to be known as a legend killer, but the legend that he didn't or doesn't want to kill is the NWO, and it's like, if you've got this NWO to face, how are you going to kill it, So yeah, others, Ricochet and Braun, they got a thing going in real life at the moment. Ronda and Shayna, obviously, Saraya and Tony, obviously. So these kind of ones have got real life stuff going on. So yeah, throw those in. Downloaded Mandy Rose to put Toxic Attraction together, but I don't know how often they'll get used. They're not planned to be used in MyGM as yet. But anyway, I'm going to dive into it. I've preset all the... let's move on from Woods and Tyler Breeze. I've preset all the specialities. Instead of cruiserweights, bruisers, giants and all that, I've made everyone specialists, because what I learned in last year's game is that when you do that, it means that there's less likely a chance of a match getting negative hype because of the negativity of the classes. So when you, for example, if you had a bruiser against a giant, for example, you wouldn't get the best match rating. But if you put everyone on specialist, then it means that, hopefully the rating is higher because there's no negativity in the match clashes. Anyway, what I'm doing here is putting Chris Jericho as the GM of Monday Night Raw, because Raw is Jericho, and he will be going against Mick Foley, because Friday Night Foley. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do for the GMs. Jericho's playing the heel GM of Raw, Foley's playing the babyface GM of SmackDown, and I put a lot of thought into what teams I put together, what tag teams I put together, what rivalries are potential, what superstars are baby faces and heels, and so yeah, that's how we're gonna have this draft of the GMs unfold. AI difficulty, I'll leave it on normal. Game difficulty normal. Put the budget up to the 3 million mark, why not? Player order, I prefer the straight order. I don't like the idea of the snake order. The snake order means it can go back and forth, or it can go Raw, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, or Raw, SmackDown, SmackDown, Raw, like that. So prefer it straight. Shake-ups I'll leave on for the sake of the fact that as much as Jericho's a GM and Foley's a GM, they still have a boss to answer to, and that boss has the control of the shake-ups, is the way that I'm playing it in my mind. And so yeah, draft pool, we'll go for that one, which is the first draft. Select here. Okay, so here we go, and yeah, bear in mind where you see certain superstars are baby faces or heels, there's a method to that madness based on what I'm doing here. And another thing that you'll notice as well is that a lot of their popularities are lower than what their defaults are, and that's because when you start my GM mode, you start it in like high school gyms, and I figured you're not going to get a Brock Lesnar of the utmost highest popularity turning up in a high school gym for the sake of my GM. So I try and keep it as logistically real as possible. Even though people like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns are part of this draft, it does also allow me to make it so that they don't necessarily maybe show up until the first pay-per-view, and then that way they're eased in rather than thrown into the deep end straight away. Because yeah, a lot of people play my GM differently, obviously. A lot of people will have Hell in a Cell in the first match, and it's just like, okay, that's, to me, that's not cool. I'm not really doing it for the ratings. I'm not really doing it for whatever the game gives you as you go along in terms of popularity with the fans or the money that you earn and stuff like that. I'm mostly doing it for the matches that I can put together, the rivalries and the entertainment of it all. So yeah, here we go. By the way, if you hear me blank out or not talk as often, it's because I'm thinking. And
it's that time of year again.
Yeah, hope you enjoy what you see. Whether you're watching this or whether you're watching any of the matches that come out of this or any of the matches that I upload in future, do engage, do talk to me, do tell me your thoughts, and yeah, tell your friends, because some of the action will be pretty awesome, I'm guessing.
Monday Night Raw ready to make their first pick. Raw selects Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate set to eat, sleep, conquer, repeat on a new brand. A great choice for the centerpiece of your brand. SmackDown chooses Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief will call SmackDown his home. They have a lot to live up to, Cole. Lined up to be the centerpiece of this brand. Raw chooses Cody Rhodes. It's undeniable. Cody Rhodes joins the roster. The WWE Universe loves this pick, and I do too. SmackDown selects Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso. It's day one on a new night. A future main event player for sure. Raw picks Kenny Omega. And he might be the pick of the night for Raw. This guy can and will take on anyone in this brand. A lot of options left. Who'll go forth to Raw? Raw chooses Randy Orton. The Viper has found a lair on Raw. He's unhappy to be picked this late. He'll show he's not an afterthought. SmackDown picks John Moxley. This is a good move for him in SmackDown. A guy with all the tools. He just needs a breakout moment. Raw drafts, Mercedes. This woman is a big pick for Raw.
A woman with an attitude. She's looking for a fight here.
SmackDown selects Ronda Rousey. Big pick here as Ronda Rousey joins this brand.
This is a huge addition for this show's roster.
SmackDown picks Trish Stratus. And for this brand, Stratusfaction is now guaranteed.
A pick with the will to reach the top.
Raw selects Jay White. And this pick could take him to the next level.
Pro tip, this guy will have a good match with anyone.
It's another big pick for Monday Night Raw. Raw chooses Asuka. Great pick. The Empress joins the red brand.
Perhaps looking at a future women's champion.
Raw weighing their options here. Raw drafts Sam Noah Joe. He could be a major asset down the line for Raw.
Right now, he's on the outskirts of this brand. He needs to
SmackDown
prove
chooses
otherwise.
MJF. He has a lot of potential for SmackDown.
We've seen a lot from him, and I expect we'll see even more.
Raw selects Goldman Colts Bush. And he's a low-risk, high-reward pick for Raw.
This guy's a low-risk, high-reward pick.
SmackDown selects Bryan Danielson. He's an excellent pick by SmackDown.
Handing out a contract this big, this late, I hope this doesn't break the bank.
Raw picks Lita. The Raw War Room weighing its strategy here. Raw chooses Becky Lynch. This GM with a fantastic choice in Becky Lynch.
She could main event any show, and she was still available? Amazing.
Raw selects the Latina Sensation. What a pick. This superstar is hungry and ready to take Raw by storm.
She's a forward-thinking pick for sure.
SmackDown chooses Shayna Baszler. Good pick for the GM. They got the Queen of Spades.
Oh, I like her on this show. Already some great opponents lined up.
Raw selects Karrion Kross. Time's up for Raw as they pick Karrion Kross.
He's no stranger in taking the fight to the limit.
Raw looking to add to its haul with another pick. Raw picks Eaton Case. A lot of upside getting him on Raw.
This brand has drafted a very, very motivated superstar. SmackDown drafts Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio
Quite the pick for the blue brand.
A man who reinvents himself by the day. Big things are coming.
A look at the formidable talent on this brand. SmackDown pondering its next pick. The SmackDown roster is now complete.
Look at all this talent. But in the end, only one brand will win.